Hey folks, we were down in Invercargill recently, so we thought we'd visit a few spots that had some interesting stories behind them. So let's go. Hey folks, here we are in Invercargill. We've got Gala Street to my right, and we've got something to my left. I can't remember the name of the road, but we're behind the cenotaph, the War Memorial in Invercargill. Invercargill is a great city. There's a bit of history here, and a little bit of that history is right below us. Somewhere in this field here is buried an elephant, believe it or not. It was a circus touring Invercargill back in the day, and it unfortunately passed away while on tour. So there was no real means of shifting the elephant to burial. So they dug a pit somewhere in this area and buried the elephant somewhere in this area here. Here we are now at the corner of D and Tay Streets in Invercargill, and in the spot where I'm standing there used to be underground toilets, underground public toilets. A bit seedy, I think. I remember going down there a few times when I was younger. Probably not a place I'd hang out too often, but they were here available just in case you needed to go in a hurry and you're in town. So yeah, it was just under the spot. I think the access way was maybe just in this corner here. Can't quite remember. That's it. I've now taken you to the place that I was actually born. So as you can see, we're at a McDonalds, and I was actually born in the drive-thru of McDonald's, but before the McDonald's was here. So you can see in the background there's a couple of old buildings. That was part of the original D Street Hospital. The part that I was born in was another block to the right of that one you can see over here. Here we are outside at the front of the Invercargill Museum, which is a pyramid stolen from Egypt actually in the early 90s and brought over on a boat. So we got Henry the Tuatara with us. Just bit me. His name's probably not Henry, but there is actually a Henry in there behind the museum. And he was over 120 years old, I think. They lived for quite a long time. They're not actually this big. They're usually around about 40 centimetres. Well, Henry is, I think. He's around about that big. So we're going to go around the back and check him out. Also, the council have shut down the museum, which is a bit of a shame. They seem to think that earthquakes target certain buildings rather than a whole town. So they've chosen a few buildings that they've decided to shut down as an earthquake risk. So we can't go in, which is a bit of a shame because it's quite neat in there. Alright, let's go. Oh, hey, here we are at the Invercargill railway tracks / station, I think. But in this area, I'm not sure exactly where, 100 or so years ago, was the last female to be hanged in New Zealand, and her name was Minnie Dean, and she was convicted of, well, she was a nanny and she looked after kids, but she was convicted of killing them, killing some of the kids, so she was caught and hanged for it. I think one of the smaller kids or the children, infants, were actually stashed in her suitcase when she was caught. You have to look it up. I'm just sort of vaguely going off some very distant memories about the stories. But yeah, this is in this area that happened. And here we are now at Queen's Park, just at the start of it, or one end of it I should say. Really beautiful place to hang out, heaps of different sections to it, and yeah. And yeah, a lot of people come here to cycle through it, run through it, walk through it. There's some playgrounds and things like that as well, public toilets, a little cafe in the middle, and there's even a golf course that goes around the outside of it. Invercargill. This is where Bert Munro rode his bikes up and down here. It's a big wide space. It goes all the way to my left, all the way to the right, for lots of kilometres. And Stewart Island is that way, Invercargill is that way. But check out this beach, it's really beautiful. Tea takeaways. And here we are now at the Invercargill Eastern Cemetery. This is where Bert Munro and his family are buried. So I'll show you where the actual grave is. There's a little signpost here to tell you where he is. Come with me now. Hey folks, here we are at the corner of Kelvin and Esk Street in front of the Kelvin Hotel, which is on this corner here. And just a little bit of history here for you. Bert Munro, famous Bert Munro from the World's Fastest Indian movie. as a teenager who was growing up on Tramway Road there, he actually built a cannon. So they actually used it in the foundations of this hotel here, so it's buried under here, under concrete. So yeah, a little bit of information there for you. Right, on to the next spot. Now we're at Anderson Park in Waikiwi, North Invercargill. Again, used to be able to go into that building there. There's a little art gallery, but it's been shut down because of the earthquake risk. But yeah, it's nice grounds and nice place to come and walk around.